They are majestic, magnificent animals, stunningly beautiful and strikingly unique. Many of us are drawn to the spirit and unbridled joy in living horses exhibit. But trying to capture these qualities with a camera can be a challenge for even the most passionate shutterbugs.
The more time you spend taking pictures of horses and trying different techniques and seeing how it turns out, the better your pictures will be. If you know about horses, you're going to do a heck of a lot better photographing them than a photographer who's really experienced but knows nothing about horses. So learning about horses' behavior helps you so much. Some horses are nervous, so then you have to kind of put the horse at ease before they'll look pretty. Sometimes horses can be bored, so you have to figure out something to get their attention and get them excited before they're going to look pretty. Horses have a particular body type. They have very long heads and they have long bodies. So what you really need is you need a longer lens to compress the horse's body, or you end up with this huge head if you're using a very short lens. And this is something that your average photographer is not going to necessarily know about a horse.
Since 2000, Living Images by Carol Walker has provided high-quality images of horses for advertising, fine art, portraits, stock images, and commercial photography. By lending her knowledge and love of horses with her skills in photography, Carol creates breathtaking images that illuminate the relationship between horses and their people.
11 years ago, I started Living Images by Carol Walker, photographing primarily horses. And now recently I've moved on to workshops and teaching and also doing books. And what got me into it was I've photographed my whole life and realized that I could turn my passion into a business. What I enjoy about photographing horses is they're all different. They're all individuals. You'll have some horses that'll get really excited. You have some horses who sometimes it's really a challenge to get their attention or to get them excited. But when you're able to connect with a horse, you can really show them at their best, and you can show their beauty, and you can show that essence that is them. And sometimes that's really fun to do with a human, with their human, getting to show that connection with them. And actually my favorite is when they're running loose, what we call at liberty, and the horse is just running and joyful and free, and that for me is just one of my favorite moments in photography, is to capture that about that horse. When I'm talking to my students about how to capture the essence of a horse, one of the first things I start with is equipment. They really need to have the right equipment. So for shooting a horse, you need to have a lens that's at least 100 millimeters long. Then think about the size of the horse. If you have a large horse, you want to be up higher. And if you have a small horse, you want to get down lower. Sometimes I'm shooting on my knees, or in the case of a foal or a mini, I'm on my belly. And then I'll talk about times of the day. Usually early morning or late afternoon are going to be your best times for shooting horses.
For amateur photographers, Carol's new book, Horse Photography, The Dynamic Guide for Horse Lovers, presents the tools to master both technique and subject matter. This book will stir your creativity and inspire you to spend more time focusing on these majestic animals we all admire.
I had traveled across the country doing talks and workshops for people and realized that a book telling them really simply some basic guidelines on how to photograph horses, and also with some pictures that could inspire them, would help. And so I put together this book, and I also have on my website weekly photo tips that are how-tos and give them some ideas on what they can do to improve their shooting of horses.
Carol has also been photographing wild horses for over 7 years. Her award-winning first book, Wild Hoofbeats, America's Vanishing Wild Horses, sparked controversy, with stunning images educating and inspiring people to help stop the rampant abuse of wild horses.
I fell in love with them. They're so beautiful, they're so self-reliant, and I realized that wild horses were in trouble. They were getting removed from public lands and at a great rate. And I realized that my photographs could be used to show people, inspire people to see that these horses are beautiful and they deserve to live out their lives free. So I've been using my book Wild Hoofbeats and proceeds from it and calendars to help raise awareness about the issues, inspire people to take some action to try to ask Congress to help protect them. and to keep them out on our public lands. The feedback I've been getting about the book Horse Photography and about my workshops has been really great. People always say to me, "Thank you so much for breaking this down and making this so easy to understand and easy to follow." You know, what I think about horses, I think about when I was a little girl, and I was so captivated by the horses' movement and their beauty and their joy in life. I love sharing images with people and having them get excited and inspired about the subjects, about the wild horses or about the horses, and getting to see that beautiful essence of the horse that really is what it's all about for me.
If you love images of horses in all their regal beauty, or if you want to learn how to catch and hold their incomparable spirit through photography, learn more about Carol Walker and her extraordinary body of work today. For more information, visit livingimagescjw.com or wildhoofbeats.com.